I've never been in the fucking changing room that's been fucking relegated, yeah? I've not been in one. You know, we deserve to get relegated, 100%. 100%. That's it.
First time in their 25-year history, Dorking Wanderers are heading back into a league they've already conquered. It took only a few days for Dorking's manager and owner Marc White to get his head around the fact that he's finally tasted relegation, and planning for the new season began before the previous one had ended. Just days after the final game against Hartlepool, Marc is working on building a squad for the future while figuring out how to keep the football club going in spite of the inevitable revenue loss that relegation causes. For smaller crowds and a lack of TV money will hit the club hard. Firstly, there's the task of saying goodbye to some of last year's playing squad. The award-winning goalkeeper Harrison Mayle has headed back up north to join York City. Defender Isaac Philpott has departed for local rivals Horsham. Joe Cook moves to Worthing, while Tom Blair joins Totton. And while we might not see Blairo for a while, we may well see Cookie later this season. Hayden Hollis heads to Tamworth, and oh wow, Jack Jebb, didn't even realise he was still on the books. He's joined Folkestone Invicta. The incredible Slav Huck's gone to Burgess Hill. Blimey, this list is longer than I thought. Archie Proctor joins Walton Hersham. Cam Black goes to Rains Park. And this one's tough. Harry the Hot Dog Ottaway has left. God, that really hurts to say out loud. On the management side, we've had to bid farewell to Coach Carl, whose set pieces had a habit of paying off nicely, and Coach Vern, whose ability to warm players up before a match will forever remain unparalleled. Before Marc can figure out exactly how to approach his squad for next season, he has to don his owner's hat and figure out the finances, along with his executive team. Stuff like whether or not the club should accept cash for burgers.
We will lose sales if we don't have any cash at all.
No, we won't. We won't at all. We will take more money, in essence, when people get used to using cards. 100%. You have to be black and white. We're now cards only. You'll dip and then go back up again. Right? Do you know what I mean?
While all that's going on, Marc is still working on bringing in new players.
What's your initial thoughts, Brennan? When Dorking Wanderers come calling, you should come coming. That's how it is. Let me know your initial thoughts, mate. Just be straight with me. If you've got loads of better options or you want to get other options, let me know, mate.
Probably get, I don't know, maybe get a better deal than we've got on the table at the moment. If you look at the fees, so...
Truth be told, this is a boring conversation and some of it is quite sensitive. Still, we are keen to show the inner workings of the club, so here's a montage of Marc saying stuff completely out of context.
2 is the amount of devices we get free. 7, I mean, why 7? I mean, who fucking chose that? You get more out of Costa. Purchases there essentially are just being converted from elsewhere. Yeah. Got to be really careful with them deals with them firms, like fucking my experience, mate. I reckon to the bottom line a year, that's going to be worth 40 to 50 grand. No more, put that in the actions, no. I've been saying that for literally 2 years. Sorry, Rich, you don't put that out.
With that stuff sorted, the gaffer can set about building his squad for next season. In comes new goalkeeper Harrison, that's all folks, defenders Brennan Camp and Jordan Norville-Williams, and striker Reece Murphy.
Yeah, I sort of had Marc, the gaffer, on the phone to me as soon as the season finished, really. So he made his intentions clear that he wanted me here for the next 2 years. So yeah, I think he sold it to me with the project. I think it's a really exciting project, and yeah, I think the club's growing each year, and yeah, I'm just happy to be a part of it now, and hopefully next season we can make it one to remember.
The first thing that I thought of when Dorking come about was the fact that it's been so successful in recent years, and obviously last year being a bit of a blip, that's the outlier. The first thing that come to mind now is you know that the objective is going to be promotion, and that's exactly what was relayed to me by the manager, and that's something I want to be part of.
Left back, left wing back. This is where I've played near enough my whole career. So yeah, left back, left wing back. I have played a few times left of a free as well. So pretty versatile down the left.
Harrison Mail done here last year, he shone, so he can't hate goalies that much because he performed quite well.
And so we're ready to start again. Before the players are run ragged by strength and conditioning coach Louis, they're going to have to learn how the gaffer is tweaking the formation and the playing patterns for next season. For Marc does not intend to adapt for the opposition this time. Wanderers are going to play their own brand of football, no matter what. Meanwhile, the gaffer seems to have punished himself for last season by downgrading his car.
Relegation. Right. Obviously, a lot to go through. But you've been away for quite a bit, so you are going to have to sort of listen. This is the only bit of talking I'll be doing for the foreseeable, really. And then for a couple of weeks, it'll be down to Louis and the team and James. And then we'll all start getting involved together, yeah? So look, welcome, first of all, to the new lads, yeah? So Jordan, Bren, Reese, and the new Harrison, and Harrison's brother actually as well. So on the ball, possession based obviously, high ball speed at times and decision making, always looking for switches of play and being really good in the last third. So nothing new on the ball at all. Off the ball, team intelligence, understanding of your responsibilities, the structure of the side and the discipline with the shape. So this is what we've done for years anyway, boys. There's nothing complicated about this at all. So if you're one of the new lads, you'll get this in 2 minutes because the team do this brilliantly, but stay with it, George, and all the new boys, okay?
We'd normally show all of this stuff, but we don't really want to this year.
I'm extremely fucking confident, but I'm not really interested in looking at the bigger picture this year at all. I just want to start winning football matches. And I want to start watching you play really well. Yeah, that's what I want to do, okay? So tune up with it. Don't be quiet. If you're unsure about how we're going to play, the stuff we're delivering, speak to James, Dukey, the coaching team, or me, if you're unsure about a fucking thing. But fortunately, we've got a great blend of boys that have been here a long time that know what we're doing, plus experience, plus great new lads as well. All right, boys?
Instead of a friendly at the end of the first week of training, the lads are heading across Dorking to the Nuts Challenge for a day of extreme action and team building. Former army man and strength and conditioning coach Louis came up with this plan, so we'll let him explain it.
The plan is, it's a 5K assault course. Loads of mud, loads of obstacles, just a bit of team building really, bit of arduous hardship, and just to bring the lads together a bit through suffering. Past experiences in the military, like I know today, there won't be that much fitness to be gained, but in terms of shared suffering, I don't think there's anything quite like it for building a team, making people more robust and just going through a bit of difficult times together.
Yeah, this is ideal for my sort of banter, to be quite frank. We've got Louis leading it, who's well known for blowing up various kids and families in his career in the army, and he does have PTSD, I think, and there's every chance that he'll have flashbacks during this and start throwing grenades on the kids in the campsite we just drove through. Obviously, he's come with a big reputation for his career in the sort of, you know, high level of the army, etc. And now he's up against Jimmy Mewett on the Nuts Challenge, isn't it? So we'll see, we'll see. Jimmy, mate, I'll just sit this bit out.
Take the straight.
Get rhythm, get rhythm. Pull. Get some rhythm.
Okay.
Pull to start with. Pull.
Pull. Pull. Pull. Pull. Pull it. Pull it. Pull. Boys, hold on. 2, 1, pull. Yes. Okay. Like a lasagna sheet one.
On, saw that! Go back to the beginning! Ducking under, back to the beginning!
Oh, I thought it was going over and under.
I mean, honestly, I think this is what we used to do, is just do the out clips of Tony. The focus on them.
No, we can't make that easy. Outrageous.
Oh, there's you!
Fucking morals valid.
Wait, this is fucking war,
Hey, you had to do burpees and we had a world league all of a
I
sudden.
think Lou in Afghanistan's fucking letting people through.
The last time we got Marc to cook a meal, we were pleasantly surprised to find people actually wanted to watch him make a mess of 2 quesadillas. Well, this time, Hello Fresh have asked him to cook up some sausages with garlic mash.
So we're quick bangers and mash, yeah? 1 of my 5 a day, which is a result. 2 things I've thought about since I've loved this new HelloFresh journey, yeah? One is literally that, like food waste, you just save loads of money. 2 is, if you've only stayed with your partner because she's good at cooking or she cooks, this is a good opportunity to sack them off and move on. Right, so prep the veg. Obviously, I'm making out I know everything now. I think that's kind of like, you know, essentially like this. Trim the carrots half lengthways, so no need to peel. So trim might mean like this, yeah? So look, press that down. I mean, that's like a job for life now. Well done, Jack. You know everything about it. You went to a garlic farm. I did, yeah, brilliant. Potatoes in the bowl. My nan would never have trusted anything like a hot tap in a million years, bless her. That's quite a lot of salt. Garlic clove to the water. I'm gonna say, just put it in? Really? Yeah. Jack, you're the head of the garlic department. That's the only way to go. That's how the Mediterranean live. People don't realise I'm actually half French, actually. This is something people don't realise. So, not that France is on the Mediterranean at all, because obviously it's not. Salt and pepper season, we can do that. Top shelf. In reality, you look at the instructions, you've got a decent dinner, and you've not got a load of food going off in the fridge. It says, bring on the broccoli. Obviously, when I've done those quesadillas, I had a bit of a nightmare with the water. Then what? Then put this in. Obviously, big thanks to the team at HelloFresh for this opportunity to learn how to survive myself. What they could do is just put a thing we can peel this off, so I just need to take my finger off. Is that juice?
Or Jew.
Jew.
If you're posh, you call it Jew.
Yeah, I mean, Jew then, because I'm quite posh. Sausage and mash. Knob of butter. Nice and thick mash. This hasn't thickened, to be frank. I think maybe you've got the water measurement wrong, which seems to be a regular occurrence. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah, look at that though. That is something else. Woo! Go on, my son. I'm real no. You actually do feel like you've got to get it right on the plate. This is easy, and I'm actually quite surprised how well it's come out. I'm over the moon with that. Bon appetit. Look at that.
Okay, well, you can now get your own HelloFresh box, and courtesy of Bunch of Amateurs, you get 60% off the first box that you order and 20% off the next 2 months, plus free desserts for life. All you've got to do is follow the QR code or hit the link that's in the description and use the unique code BOA6020. Week on from the mud, Dorking are heading south for their annual away-friendly weekend, this time to Dorset, where they face Poole FC, a club playing their football in the Southern League Premier Division South, which is step 3 on the pyramid, 1 level below Dorking. Poole are an ancient club formed in 1890 and pretty familiar with Dorking's level, having played in the National League South from 2016 to 2018. Other notable Wikipedia entries include a bit about Charlie Austin, who scored every goal for every club in the division while he was playing at Poole, including 200 goals on his last appearance, before earning a move up to Swindon Town. After having some existential trouble in the relatively recent past, Poole seemed to be back on track and looking up and not down. We'll let some of the fellas from the club explain that stuff in a bit. In the meantime, spirits are extremely high in the Dorking camp.
I do, Bob. That's the sort of thing you got to do, mate.
I can't believe I said that.
Is this it's a grass long? Yeah. Oh, man. Massive. No, it's massive, Bob. Right, 3 things today, yeah? Composure, ball speed. So we're composed in our decision making in terms of playing out and etc. But when we do move the ball, we move it quickly. And third thing is, you know, forward intention. So when there's either space to travel into, Jordan, or you can move the ball forward into space, that's where I want it to be. We only go sideways, backwards to change landscapes or to find an extra man. We don't do it because we're not switched on, all right? So remember that, composure, ball speed, okay. What's the third thing? Forward thinking all the time. Right, what I want to achieve is that we can have a solid pre-season. I want the standard to be quite high. I want to make sure we're keeping clean sheets from day one. So real discipline, organisation, aggression from day one. I don't want it to be pre-season, gaps appear, we don't push up or we don't track back, whatever that looks like. Clean sheets from day one. Let's make our pre-season games clean sheets and look like a team that's in real control of the ball, okay?
The Dorking bench isn't entirely bothered about the scorelines in the pre-season friendlies. What they are looking for is for the players to show an understanding of what's being asked of them, in particular when playing the ball out from the back. This season, Marc expects to have a lot of possession, and keeping the ball and using it effectively will be crucial to achieving their goals.
Josh! Good, relax, relax! No, no, come here, no, come here, no, come here! Relax, start again, start again. They're full press, Jordan, okay? Eight, Niall! Niall! Charlie! Charlie! Forward! Fuck off, Moro! That's a good play with the 8s and 10s there, yeah?
The central midfielders getting involved is key, as they're needed to drag the opposition around the pitch to create space. Going forwards, Wanderers have an abundance of threats now that pretty much everybody is fit, and the new lads shoring things up at the back will inevitably allow the likes of Mewett, Carter and Pryor plenty of time to pick the opposition off. Paul Town in the meantime are not standing off and letting Dorking try stuff out, and when they break, Niall McManus makes an ill-advised challenge. Paul break nevertheless, and as Jack Hoy that eventually gets the ball, looks Niall McManus in the eye and says, "I bet you can't do this," which of course Niall can, quite consistently.
Niall, be careful, because the problem is, if they start putting it on us, you know what I'm saying?
As it's the first game of pre-season, both sides are taking a fair bit of time to get going, although McManus is the one man who's playing exactly as you'd expect.
Fuck me, that's bad. Big dive, counter, Jimmy! Jimmy! Jimmy!
As half-time approaches, Dorking get hold of the ball and knock it about in the manner that we've enjoyed over the last few years. And to their credit, they remain patient, putting Town's players all over the shop. Although they don't quite deliver the ball into the box as quickly as the gaffer would like.
Numbers in the box.
Fucking cross! It's a foul. Deliver! Fuck me, mate.
Good header.
It's like water.
After a 300 pass move, Dorking eventually get the ball out wide to the new boy Brennan Camp, and he drops the ball onto Jason Pryor's head as if he were Nicky Wheeler himself. Pryor does what he's done more than any striker since Cole Leburn and heads the ball past the keeper to make it 1-0.
Do you know what I mean? It just needs to be more fluid. That's the first game, isn't it?
Obviously, what we want to work on is just like that sort of incisiveness of going forward, not going back when he goes about two or three moments there when he can go forward, not back.
Not being brave enough to do it, take an easy option, which is go backwards.
What we're here to do this year is get everybody, whether you're Mason or Baz, get everybody to understand what we're trying to do and be relentless. Because that's what the great coaches and the great teams do now. It's not a nice to have. It's not, oh, we've scored a goal, we've looked all right. Niall and Josh going to stay on for 15. Okay? Is that all right? You all right with that now? Yeah? Don't. Just stop shooting now. No, genuinely, you need to understand you are not in this team to shoot. Jimmy? What?
Worst call ever.
When Rich shows you the technique for that shot, it's remarkable. It's remarkable. Yeah.
You waited for it to bobble up.
Stay with me. Josh, come here. Josh, come here. Josh. Josh is here. Josh is here. Josh is here. Josh is here. Go on, Jim. Give it to Noel.
The lads are starting to get used to the tweaks made to their movements when they're in possession, although Poole Town are finding gaps on the counter. If only Toby Holmes can get a boot to the ball. The striker has a chance to equalise, but he's a bit rusty. Unlucky Toby. Niall McManus is a player who has all of the attributes to play at least 2 levels below Poole Town. And despite being told not to shoot, he's looking for redemption.
Oh, well played.
Oh, Niall. Niall, no shooting. Give it to somebody else. Well, at least hit the target. I mean, what fucking... This game could be outside. This game could be 4-0.
Niall can only dream of having the finishing ability of Jimmy Mewett, and once this passing move comes to an end, you're going to understand exactly what we mean.
We'll just do the players first. Eights and tens!
With Harrison Folkes filling in as a surrogate centre-back when they're on the ball, and the 8s and the 10s doing whatever it is that Mark's going on about, and the boys passing their way out of trouble and switching the play. For the first time, Wanderers are doing exactly what was asked of them in that slideshow at the start of the episode.
There you go. Fuck me. Done it.
I see.
Yeah. You want the mirror?
What a goal that is. Wasn't it?
Bellingham. Nicer version.
Just a week earlier, Jude Bellingham managed a similar but somewhat inferior finish to save England's Euro 24 campaign.
Finish, Jim.
We can only wonder what would have happened to England had they been able to rely on the flying Quaver, who ends the perfect move with the perfect finish.
The fucking flying Quaver.
Game's done, boys. 2-0 clean sheet, and a lot of good things were taken out of training. Yeah, but it took a lot of good things out of training. It's just like, and it's just, they've all got to get up to speed with it, ain't going away, and we want to become like ridiculously fluid. Cheers, mate.
Cheers, mate. Have a good night.
Cheers, mate. Thanks. Cheers. Cheers, mate. Cheers, mate. Cheers, boys.
Cheers, mate.
Thank you, mate.
Enjoy your night out.
On the way back to the dressing room, as usual, the youngsters want to grab a picture with the gaffer. And just to be clear, they want a picture with the gaffer, not Jimmy.
Go on, mate.
Get a photo of us lot.
Go on, mate, yeah.
Take it to someone. Can one of them take it? Can you take it?
Jimmy, take this for your cut.
Tyler, can we get a picture? Take the photo.
What are you doing?
Take a picture of this, mate. Come on, go.
You've got to take the picture.
Love it, lads.
Cheers, boys. Cheers, boys. I would say, bearing in mind we've only worked minimal, because obviously the first 2 weeks are fitness heavy. This week is kind of what we've called unit week. So the repetition on that, playing out with the centre half and the goalie and the 8s and the 10s and the transitions and recreating it there and the 9 stretching it, the repetition of that, we're only just getting started on. But you saw today, the second goal came from that, by the way, with Niall dropping out. Joe got his head up, put it to that's where the goal came from, right? We are going to play the way we're saying. Last time we was in this division, we scored, I told you, the second highest goals in football in Britain, and we got nearly 100 points. So here's the thing, right? In football matches, teams make loads of mistakes. Players make mistakes. So there'll be a way of winning a game that ain't in the script, because it don't matter, does it? Like, you know, that's how it works. Someone's out. But football has 1,000,001 things happen in a match, and you capitalise on it, you do the right thing, yeah? Right? So if you can master a factory setting that says, well, if everybody else does what they should be doing on the other team, which barely ever happened, it happened for the first 10 minutes of every game, we've still got a way that we play that we know can unpick teams.
That was an abrupt ending. There was no way around it. Mark started talking about the night out, and we don't really show that because they wouldn't let me film it. Anyway, if you want to watch extended episodes, join us on BOA+. Head to bunchofamateurs.com to find out more. Part 2 of this episode is probably already out for most of you. I haven't actually decided when to release it yet. We'll figure that out soon.